This is Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search from my site. I'm going to cover my earnings. This is Postmates advanced training. When I deliver food, when it's beverage, I use the Japanese word kampai, even though it's not alcohol. And when it's food, which may include beverage, I use the Spanish word bien provecho. So, listeners, if you are using my videos as training and a growing number of people are listening to them, whether they're listening to them for entertainment or they're actually going to do this job, is something I will never know. However, if you do this job, consider the quirky phrase for your customers. If they're drinking anything like these health drinks at Juice Press are very popular, the Japanese word kampai, if it's food, which may include drink, the Spanish word bien provecho. I think it would be very funny if I wasn't the only one to say that to people. Earnings, I worked, according to the app, about 7 hours, and I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 deliveries. Listeners, I've been soliciting people, hey, visit my training. How much can I make is the first question. So I'm going to read the numbers. Those are my 8. Tips are pending. I think 1 tip is in. So I'll read 2 numbers for that one. Juice Press, 624. Soho Tiffin Junction, 666. Fika, 506 and 944. Shake Shack, 483. Juice Press, 491 and 343. Trader Joe's, 806. Juice Press, 523. Kalash Parbat, 614. And Benihana, 584. While I'm on the subject, I'm going to share my screen and show the dashboard. I think I'm about to celebrate a great moment in my career as a Postmates person. That's not the screen I wanted to share. I wanted to share. I don't know if my screen is being shared or not. Here's the one I wanted. Okay. That is not what I wanted. Postmates/career/ no, not this is going to give my dashboard. I spelled it wrong. I did something wrong. Postmates/career. Oh, I did it in Google search. Postmates/career. So I don't know what I did. Oh, maybe I misspelled courier. There it is, 56. I'm very happy about this. If someone had referred me, they would earn a bonus because I've made 50 deliveries. Listeners, in this series of videos, I am soliciting people to begin Postmates, use my videos as training, and put my name down as the person who referred them. Of course, that makes a financial motivation for me to do these videos. However, that is only part of the reason I'm doing them. So far, I did the Kampai Bien Provecho thing. I've got the money. And the last thing is going to be this map. This is Manhattan. Listeners, I have good reason to believe the people I'm getting, the numbers on my video are high enough that I think I'm getting listeners that have nothing to do with New York. They're just searching for Postmates, and I'm also tweeting this to people who are tweeting it. So I've got listeners outside of New York. So some of what I'm about to say might apply to areas outside of New York, but I think most of it won't. So this part won't. This is my triangle on where I try to go when I have a choice. Sometimes I don't. I don't have enough time. I come into the city here, so I just do deliveries up in this area. But when I do have a choice, like I did today, my wife was working late, and I was working really a full 8 hours. Ended up being about 7 hours. This is where I got on a bicycle and I went down Broadway and I got in this area. So this was just great. Delivery after delivery after delivery. Listeners who this is kind of an advanced topic, so even a novice, you want to stay in a certain area. Well, in theory, you have a choice. You just skip the jobs that are going to take you outside of the area. But the truth is, you sort of don't have a choice because when the jobs pop up, they're going to say skip or accept, and sometimes they say skip or details. In theory, you can check the details and decline those ones, and all the other ones should be closed. That should allow you to stay in your preferred area. But listeners, please, what I just said is you want to stay in your preferred area. It's theoretically possible, but I can't figure out how to do it. It was so bad today that I took an Indian guy working late in a office area on Park. I took an Indian dish from like here all the way up to here in the 50s, and then I ended up over here, and so those were my last two runs of the day. If I hadn't done that and I would have stayed here, I probably would have had 4 deliveries instead of 2. So that what I just described doesn't apply to areas outside of New York. Here's the part of it that does. If you're trying to stay in a certain area and you go chasing these other deliveries, I have a feeling that, these people in the less active areas, you're going to be pulled out of the hotspots. And I think that general formula applies to everyone. So you got to determine how bad you want to stay, because I sort of regret leaving. I got to where I wanted to be. I wanted to stay there, and I ended up chasing all the way up here. I probably should have skipped that order. I am soliciting people on bikes, even at traffic lights. I'm realize that my videos are getting and keeping attention, and so I'm just like, I want everyone to listen to these, especially people who are already doing deliveries. I think I quit screen sharing. So I'm waiting. If this Indian guy who was working late, there were 3 or 4 delivery people outside the building, and one guy is fashion specific as a Mexican. He's wearing the reflective vest. He's got the ball cap. He's got the helmet on, and he delivered. We chatted. His English was great. We chatted briefly while I said goodbye to my guy because he was waiting for me, but the Mexican was still waiting for his customer. So he works for a restaurant. Mexicans who are delivering food for a restaurant, you got to consider Postmates. You just can't. I look at you guys. You're at a restaurant and you go out, you deliver, and you come back. You go out and you deliver, and you come back. Postmates is crazy efficient. Those hours between lunch and dinner, you can do a couple Postmates delivery and then go back to your traditional job. You need to register. I talk to you guys. I send you these videos. If I have the good fortune of having your attention, register. Tome. Domo. day, Y. Put my name down, amigos. Feliz Dia de San Patrick Mañana. This has been Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search for my site. Thank you for listening. Have a good day, good evening, a restful night's sleep. Ciao. Ooh, ooh, ooh.